What's the dumbest excuse your girlfriend/boyfriend has used for cheating on you? Remember when we talked about having an open relationship? No, I don't remember that. At all. Reminds me of the time I was in an open relationship. I just didn't know I was in an open relationship. I didn't think you'd find out. We had been together for 8 years, married for 3 months and had a young child together when this happened. We are no longer married. I caught her cheating on me with someone I knew. Someone I kinda figured she was seeing behind my back and had brought it up to her before. Her defense was accusing me of being jealous, so apparently I made her do it. Me being right is somehow my fault? What? I thought you were cheating on me, so I got revenge. I only got with you in the first place because my dog died. Wow, thanks. I was testing you to see if you'd stay loyal even if I cheated. The guy she was banging was apparently closer to God than I was. When I caught him, he referred to a poem that I shared with him a few months prior. He said, "Remember the great, blue sky of unspecified desire? Remember when I agreed with that line?" He thought we agreed to sleep with other people. Because poetry. My friend from college was fooling around during a party and his girlfriend heard it was happening, so she ran to his room and nearly broke the door down. He was busted red-handed, naked with the other girl. In his drunken stupor, he grabbed his flaccid dick, waved it at his girlfriend and said, "Baby, it doesn't mean anything to me, my dick's not even hard." I didn't say it was right, I just don't care. Fucked me up, man. It was his birthday. I shit you not. Not anyone I've dated, but a former co-worker. She'd cheat on her boyfriend around twice a month it seemed. She'd go out with a friend to the bars, fuck some random guy in his car, and then tell us about it at work. Her justification: what am I supposed to do? I'm horny and my boyfriend isn't there. That's his fault. She was a trash person, so I didn't care enough to engage. But, one of the older women we worked with asked, "Well, did you invite him out to the bar with you?" Her response? "Fuck no, it's a girls' night out." I've cheated with everyone I've ever been in a relationship with. Why would you not tell me that before we got into a relationship? My ex was the same. He started dating me. Told me he broke up with his ex right before meeting me. She contacted me and told me what was happening. He told me that she didn't understand that they are broken up. She was delusional and thought they were still together. Cheated on me a year later. After we broke up, he tried to say he was sorry and that he has cheated on every girlfriend he had ever had. It wasn't his fault. It took him a year to cheat on me, it only took a few months with everyone else. Like that was going to make me feel better. I got one. She cheated because she thought I didn't care, and when I broke up she was angry that I didn't hit her or shout because it meant I didn't care. I was dating this girl for about 6 months when she said her boyfriend was coming back from Afghanistan. She never brought him up because she thought we were keeping it casual, it might ruin the mood, and she didn't think I would mind. Found the guy, told him what happened and he was cool. Said he figured it was happening anyways, so he wasn't too upset about it. Well, you were looking at porn. It's the same thing. And then after marriage counseling, which she wanted to try to save the marriage since we had a young child, when she wouldn't stop sleeping around. We may have been in counseling, but that doesn't mean we are together, so it's not cheating. And then I finally filed for divorce. She is a shark and you are a rabbit. She took what she wanted and you let this happen to you. Sharks eat rabbits. Okay. I think I'll just hippity hop right on out of this stupidity. Well, it only happened once, but she said we should go on break. We did. She banged her ex the next day, and then asked me why she couldn't just bang both of us and us be cool with it. There were a lot of red flags throughout, but that's when I finally realized it wasn't worth it. It was with another girl, so not only should it not count, I should be all excited about it. I went away on a field trip with uni for a week. Came back to find out he'd slept with 2 other women. His excuse? I missed you. I was lonely without you and couldn't cope. You shouldn't have left me alone. There was so much wrong with that man, and that relationship. Well, you said you love and accept me for who I am with all my flaws. So you also have to accept that I'm sleeping with other women because this is just how I am. No, I guess not. He was out with her in her car. I was out with two friends in their car. We pull up to a popular parking area up on a hill, a vantage point where people often sit. I notice her car, and knew he was out with her. He had told me his two buddies were also with them. Decide to go to the passenger side window and scare him. He's not in there. He's in the back. With her on top of him. His claim was that he passed out and she was giving him CPR because she panicked and thought he had a heart attack. He was 16, in perfect health. Couldn't explain the naked part though. Or why his two friends weren't there. It was Christmas and I didn't get him a gift. So, that's why you blew him under the Christmas tree in front of all of our friends? I wore a condom. Technically, I didn't even touch her. She blamed cheating on Mars being in retrograde. These astrology girls be wildin'. She said she wasn't cheating. I got sent to me a picture of her, nudes, from the guy she was cheating on me with and he said, "Look familiar." When I confronted her about it she said those were old pictures and he was just trying to start shit. I was like fair enough, then I realized that the pictures were literally taken in her dorm room that she had just moved into that year and I was standing in the same spot that she took them in as I was talking to her, which made me realize. Took me a second to realize that, but yeah, that sucked. Rough time for me on that one. You don't have a job. True. I had been between jobs for about 2 months. That was enough for her to toss out the marriage and sleep with her boss. I was okay with it. She was insane. 2 weeks later, I filed for divorce. 1 week after that got a job paying double my old salary. Never looked back. I've posted about this before, but, when I was in high school, I showed up at my friend's house for a birthday party for one of my other friends and walked out back to smoke a cigarette. When I walked outside, the girl I was dating was in the pool, topless, legs wrapped around some guy, and playing tonsil hockey with him. I alerted her to my presence, walked back inside and she followed a few minutes later. When she came in and I asked her what was going on, her response was, "Well, I called your house and nobody answered. I didn't know where you were, figured you were out cheating on me, so, I thought I'd return the favor." I told her, honestly, that I hadn't been home because my family had gone to dinner at Red Lobster to celebrate my mom's birthday. She apologized, I laughed, we split up, and I actually found out later I dodged a major bullet. I was living in a hostel and this girl was dating a black guy. The guy went on vacation for a week. We were having a party and this girl fucked another black guy and then said she thought he was her boyfriend. It was such a racist excuse that nobody dared to question it. My ex-husband, 21 years ago. I was pregnant with our son. At 5 months I was 3 centimeters dilated and had already had my labor stopped several times. I was on bed rest and told no sex. He felt completely justified in going out and finding some. He never would concede that it was cheating. It was my job to take care of his needs and he felt completely within his rights to get it elsewhere if I refused. My ex was impotent. He tried to have sex with someone else in case I was the problem. I wasn't. His junk was just broken. My ex said he used it to sabotage our relationship because it wasn't going anywhere and I didn't know how to end it. Really, motherfucker? You couldn't just say I'm breaking up with you instead of destroying my ability to ever trust any other boyfriend I ever have again? We weren't even dating then. Why did you call me boyfriend for months, have sex with me, and expect me to be there for you? This was 3 years ago, still haven't been able to trust anyone. We're in an open relationship. Except we weren't. The day before she asked if I would be open to one and I said let me think about it and we can talk tomorrow. The next day comes around and she said she has to go to a study session with one of her friends when I get home. I found out she was at a dick session when she was telling her best friend immediately after. He took my virginity years ago and wanted to find out how much better I'd gotten at sex since then. So you showed him? For the record, if what she did with me was better than what she did with him back then, the poor bastard can keep on fucking that starfish acting little troll. She said my mom cheated on my dad when they first started dating. When I was in my early teens, I was actually on the other end. This girl I was seeing already had a boyfriend, but I had absolutely no idea about it. We were seeing each other for a good 8 months or so. I thought everything was going super well. She even came to my aunt's wedding with me. When I was out with a mate at some shops, we bumped into her. She was with another bloke. I approached her, and she just immediately snapped and said to this guy hasn't left me alone, he keeps harassing me and trying to fuck me. What the fuck? I literally spoke to her 2 days prior to that. I was more confused than angry. Bit of a fight happened, but when cooler heads prevailed, my mate mediated a talk between me and her other boyfriend, and we chatted about what happened. Needless to say, he apologized for attacking me, and I apologized for not being aware. We both had no idea how she kept her secrets for so long. He became a close friend after all that. Turns out they were dating for 2 years, and after he confronted her after our talks, she said, "I was gonna tell you when the time was right." That was her excuse. Lost a girlfriend, but made a pal. Better trade in my book.